You're listening to an AppleViz podcast. Hi there, and thank you for giving this podcast a listen. Hey, my name is Thomas Domville. I also go by the name of Anonymous. In this podcast, I'm going to show you how to use the app library on the iOS. The app library is something that you will have to get used to, and some people absolutely love it, and some people are not going to love it. So I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the app library and how to access it and things like that. So essentially, if you're familiar on the home screen, so let's just say you're on the first page, and if you do a 3-finger swipe to the right, you go to the Today's page, right? That's where all the spotlight is and etc. Well, it's going to be the reverse here. So you go to the very last page, whatever you have. So in my case, I have 2 pages. So I go to page 2 of 2, and I'm just going to do a 3-finger swipe to the left, and that'll access to the app library. Also show you another trick here. I'll go ahead and bring this up here.
Page 2 of 2.
So here's the page 2 of 2. So in my case, as I mentioned, there's just 2 pages. You can do a 3-finger swipe to the left and then open up the app library. Or you can come here and then swipe up on the page 2 of 2. I'll swipe up.
Showing app library, information and reading. NetNewsWire.
And it will bring up the app library. So let's go to the top here.
App library. Search field.
Now you're presented here, so you're at the very top. You have the search area. Now I will explain why you want to use the search in a few. Now to the right of this, you're going to have different segment on this screen. It's split up into a couple of parts. So the first thing you're going to get is the
suggestions, settings.
Yes, it's the suggestions area. It's thinking and suggestion based on your past activities that you've been using the phone. Because I've been doing a lot of podcasts, I've been going through the settings a lot. Obviously, it's going to think I want to access the settings. But essentially, the top used app that you use on a daily basis should show up in this section. So if I go to the right,
Newsify.
That's right. Newsify is used a lot.
Bard Mobile.
Of course, I use my Bard Mobile.
Twitter. Double tap to open. Recently added. Chrome.
And then it gets to the next segment. What have you added recently? So I just installed Google Chrome here just recently. And so that shows up. Let's see what else I've just installed recently.
Fantasy.
Yep.
Double tap to open.
I'm on a fantasy football team. So that's my ESPN Fantasy Football app. So it's going to show up there.
HW Buddy.
That's
Double
right.
tap.
The Humanware Buddy. That is an app for Humanware devices.
Recently added folder. 13 apps.
Yep. And then it has recently add folders. Now below here are going to be categories. Let me explain these categories. Have you ever taken like 2 apps and put it together and to create a new folder, and then it automatically just assume that it's going to be like utilities or music or whatever category that I think it's going to be because it's based on the app? Well, that's going to be the same here. You know, Apple assigns a category, or I say the developers will assign what category each of these apps are. So essentially we have all these categories listed below. So if I go to the right,
social, messages.
It's going to show me the first category is the social. Obviously message is going to be part of the social, and it's going to show you the most used apps in that category. So there's messages. Of course, I use that every day.
Hangouts.
Double
tap. FaceTime.
Social
folder. 19 apps.
And then we get to the social folder section here. It says it has 19 apps that are installed on my phone that falls in the category of the social media. Essentially, everything is located. Now, each of these categories can only be accessed by something called container. If you're not familiar with container, I would start putting it in your rotor because you're going to be using it a lot more, because a lot of the Apple default section got rid of the headings in place of now they're using containers. So I'll go to containers.
Vertical navigation, headings, containers.
In containers allows you to go from section to section. So these will be categories to categories. So let's go to the next one.
Productivity and finance. Mail.
Mm-hmm.
No unread emails.
So productivity.
Utilities. Safari. Information and reading. NetNewsWire.
And
Double tap to open.
And etc. So these are all the categories. Now, if you want to open those up, let's just say we'll use information. Let's see. We got NetNewsWire. So what else I use?
Castro. Double tap to open. Books.
Books.
Double information and reading folder. 35 apps.
So there's 35 apps in this category. So if you double tap to open it,
Information and reading. Heading.
now you're into this category, and it's going to list all those 30-some apps that I have that falls into this category. So go to the right.
Bard Mobile. Books. Breaking news. Castro. Dark Sky.
These are all the apps in alphabetical order. So that's the nice part. You see all the apps in alphabetical order. So that is how you see the apps in that particular category. Now, you may ask yourself, well, how do I see all the apps? I want to see them all. Yes, you can do that. So let's back out of here. We're going to have to do a 2-finger scrub.
App library. Search field.
And now we're back out here. Now, that search area at the very top, that is where you're going to find it. So it's kind of a weird area to do this, but you have to double tap that search area like you're going to pretend you're going to do a search.
App library. Search field.
And now,
Swipe up or down
go
to select
the
a
right,
custom action. Cancel. Button. Section index. Adjustable. Access. Edgard Pro. Adobe Fill in Sum. AI Dungeon.
and now it'll do alphabetized order of all the apps that are on your device. That's how you list all of them. A couple of things I want to show you too is that yes, you can hide pages and particular apps. What am I talking about? Let's get out of here. Let's go back to my second page. Now I'm going to show you how to hide a page. Yes. So let's just say in my example, I have 2 pages, right? So page 1, I typically have all my apps. And then on page 2, I put folders. Regardless what your setup is, in my case, I have 2 pages. And I want to hide page number 2. It is quite simple to do. Let me show you how to do that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put the phone in edit mode. So whatever method you want to use, in my case, I'm going to go ahead and find an app or a folder, and I'm going to swipe up.
Edit mode.
And double tap to edit.
Started editing.
It starts to edit. So let's go to the page number that you will find at the bottom of the home screen.
Page 1 of 3. Adjustable.
Because it's in edit mode, now it says 3 because that's how the edit mode works. Even though I have 2 pages, you just double tap this. Just one finger double tap on that page number.
Home screen page hiding. Page 1 of 3. Adjustable.
All right, so here we are. Home page hiding. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go to the top here.
Done. Button.
All right, the done button is at the top right.
Edit pages. Page 1. Visible. Double tap to hide page. Actions available.
So it's pretty much self-explanatory. So to double tap that is to hide it. I'm not going to hide page 1. Let's hide page 2.
Page 2. Visible.
And I'm going to go ahead and do one finger double tap on this.
Page 2. Hidden.
Now it's hidden. Let's get out of here now. Top right.
Done. Button. Done.
And now we're going to look at the page number down below.
Page 1 of 2. Adjustable. Double tap to hide pages. Swipe up or down.
Because the edit mode is still on, so let's turn off edit mode.
Settings. Dock. Phone. Double tap to open.
And now I no longer have the page number. Where did it go? Well, the question to ask is that all the folders and apps I had in page 2 all went over to the app library. So therefore, that's the only place where you're going to find those apps. This is really nice to hide all the apps you don't use. A lot of the ones I have in the folders, I don't really use all that often. So it kind of cleans and organizes your screen really nice. So it makes it tidy up. I only have one page, and this page is all the apps I use heavily, while I was able to hide page 2. Can I bring back page 2 with all the format and the folders and all those hard work you put into it? Yes, have no fear. Let's go put that back on. So let's go to the edit mode again.
Calendar. Sunday. Edit mode. Started editing.
So I picked that
Delete.
example. Let's go down to the page.
Page 1 of 2. Adjustable.
All right, so one finger double tap on this.
Home screen page hiding. Page
And
1.
it brings that back up. Let's go back to the top.
Done. Button.
And swipe to the right.
Edit pages. Page 1. Visible.
That one's visible. Let's go to page 2.
Page 2. Hidden.
Aha. Now one finger double tap this.
Page 2. Visible.
It's brought back to visible. Let's go to done, top right.
Done. Button. Done.
Double tap. And get out of edit mode.
Finished editing. Mail. 1 unread email.
And let's go check the page number again.
Page 1 of 2. Adjustable.
Aha. Let's go to page 2.
Page 2 of 2.
Make sure everything is there.
Accessibility. Apple folder. 20.
Everything is back to the way it was. This is beautiful. I love this. Now I have one more thing I want to show you. You can now actually hide a particular app. So if you don't want to hide all your folders, you can just say to a particular app. Really, this procedure is exactly like if you're going to remove an app. So let's find an app of mine.
Song Pop.
All right, so here's Song Pop. Let's go into edit mode. So I'm going to swipe up.
Edit mode.
And double tap.
Started editing.
I'm going to swipe up once more.
Activate. Default.
And double tap.
Alert. Move Song Pop to app library or delete the app.
Now, we get a whole new prompt here that you haven't heard before. It gives you the option to move this to the app library or just simply remove it entirely. So if you remove this app and put it into the app library, that app will still exist along with this data. So don't worry about that. So I'm just going to go to the right here.
Moving the app will remove it from the home screen and keep all of its data.
That's correct. Go to the right.
Delete app button.
So we get to delete. This actually removes it entirely off the device, or one more to the right.
Move to app library button.
You can move to the app library. That's what we want to do. Go ahead and double tap that.
Accessibility folder. 4 apps.
And then it brings it back into the home page. Now, if you want to bring the Song Pop back, obviously you just go to the app library, do a search, or find it under the particular category we can find Song Pop. And you're going to do what you typically do to move it. You swipe up to go to edit mode, and then you drag it, and then you move it to wherever you want it, where you had it placed before. And remember, the app library, the search, is a great way to do this. So you can search for Song Pop there, or you can search all the different apps that you hid on the pages. As we did, we hid page number 2. That is where you can find all the apps themselves. All right, so that is how to use the app library on iOS. My name is Thomas Domville. I'll just go by the name of Anonymous. Until next time, bye.
This AppleVis podcast has been brought to you by the community of applevis.com. For the latest in resources and tips and tricks to get you the best experience from your Apple, applevis.com.
This AppleVis Unleashed podcast has been brought to you by the community of applevis.com. For the latest in resources and tips and tricks to get you the best experience from your Apple device, visit us online at www.applevis.com.